Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And this video right here is going to be about Venus transiting into Gemini for all zodiac signs as far as your houses, each area of our life. Now, for the most part, if you have Gemini in the first house, you're going to be a person that's forced to give more love, appreciation, value, and relatability and compromising energy to your personal life, personal issues, personal affairs, personal insecurities, and your personal interests. And here's the kicker. It might even force you to love more of yourself and force you to look at certain areas where you wasn't doing that, and it may not even seem like that was apparent to be. But for the most part, Venus is debilitated in the first house, so you also can play out traits as being too self-absorbed or being too self-absorbed into someone else in some way, shape, or form. Regardless of what side polar shift you're on, it leads to the same demise. Second house, now Ru's here. So you're going to be forced to have some form of love, appreciation, value, relatability, compromising energy to your things that you plant seeds in that help you build your self-esteem. If it's a gift, talent, a person that you value, a place, an object that you value, and things you like to plant seeds in that help you build your self-esteem and things of that nature, which can develop as your gifts and your talents or being able to tell the difference between the two. So you're going to have to give more love, appreciation, and value and relatability to the people, places, and things that you love and appreciate and value. You're going to have to give more love and appreciation to those things. Or you can separate from love and appreciation from the second house and just add the things that you value. Because we don't love everything or person that we value, but we know how they're valuable to us or what this object is. So these would be the energies you have to add more love, appreciation, relatability. Even to the point that you may be looking at certain individuals and the universe is showing you was taking advantage of these individuals. Now, the third house, you're going to be forced to give love, appreciation, value, relatability, or compromising energy to your environment, your surroundings, or friends, or communicating to a certain degree. So don't be too closed-minded during this particular time. Fourth house, you're going to have to give more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising energy to things that deal with home, family, domestic issues, or wherever you gain comfortability at, or for the most part, your way of obtaining privacy. You may have to give or love or give a little bit more compromising or appreciation energy to those small times that you have a little privacy. And if you're unable to obtain that, then that means you planted bad seeds and you have to get to work during this whole little transit of Venus being in Gemini. Fifth house, you're going to have to give a little bit, if you got Gemini in the fifth house, you're going to have to give a little bit more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising energy to your creative expression, how you have fun and enjoy yourself. You may have been working too hard previously. You might not be letting yourself be lightened up in your lows, so you can give more attention to the things that arouse your emotional creativity, or the things that allow you to have fun and enjoy yourself, or the things you like to pay attention to. So you may have to show a little bit more love, appreciation, and value to the things that allows you to have fun and enjoy yourself. Appreciate yourself more, or express yourself in the manner of being more loving, appreciating, value, or relatable, or compromising. Due to the fact of you having a Gemini in the fifth house, and every now and then the way you express yourself may not necessarily be always warm coming or open. It may be a little bit more devil advocate a lot of times, the way you express yourself having Gemini here. So be a little bit more charismatic or open, and set the stage for other people to be able to express these kind of energies also during this particular time, with Venus being there. Allow another person's voice to be just as much as important, or at least express it, or put it on a fake smile, and your situation will go a lot better, even though it may be hard for you to do that. Now, sixth house, you got to get a little bit more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising energy to your work, health, routine, scheduling, things that you have to develop as a consistent energy, or a routine, or a pattern, or something that you've done on a day-to-day basis, and it can become a responsibility. These things need more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising in that area, even if it means you have to do a little bit more work without play. Seventh house, Gemini here. You're going to be forced to add more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising energy to your relationships and how you relate to others. So you might not be so relatable in your way of conveying your message or trying to communicate whatever you're trying to complete with you and your partner, or partnerships or siblingships. So during this particular time, you have to express a little bit more relatability and have this form of action or interaction of how you're relating that show a person that show another person that you're understanding from what they're saying and what they're trying to convey to you, and their words are just as important as yours in some degree. Now, and to create balance, 8th house, you got to show more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising energy to your deep desires, passions, motivations, your sexual energies. You might not be sexually expressing yourself. And when I say sexually, that just means your creative gift that you keep hidden that can be combined with other individuals if only there was a small spark of vulnerability there. And for the most part, this could lead into physical also. You know, there's no such thing as physical interaction without you feeling comfortable to be around an individual you could be vulnerable around. But other than that, it plays out from the spiritual and the physical context. But this is the area you have to add a lot more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising to, which, you know, Venus is debilitated in the 1st, 6th, and the 8th house. So even though the 1st house, you show possibilities of giving too much of your love to yourself or others. 6th house, you might have to love more work, no play. 8th house, you may have to love more of a deep desire, passion, or motivation, or a compromising energy that leads into sacrificing something that you actually want in some way, shape, or form. So during this particular time, you got to show a little bit more compromising with your deep passions and your desires, so you can separate from manipulating energy and don't allow yourself to be manipulated in areas willingly for the sake of wanting other areas to go your way. So it plays out as manipulating or playing the fool for the sake of going things in your favor, aka shared values. So be careful during that particular time, because Venus can become very mischievous or negative or manifest these type of energies in your life, filtered through other individuals. So show a little bit more love and appreciation and value to patience or love or appreciation or things that dealing with the deep desires, passions, and motivations, which you should add your love and appreciation to. You know what I'm saying? And care more about the passion and the motive or the goal about something, or the transformation or the sex about something, not the outcome or the expectation or the attention or the shared value of it, in a nutshell. Gemini in the 9th house, and it's going to be opposing here also, so you may feel a lot of negligent energy just by the sign being opposite to this house. But you're going to have to show a little bit more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising to maybe not just your own opinion, but somebody else's advice, or meanings or reasons, or the ability to travel if you're scared to travel, internally or externally, having a broader thought about something. 10th house, you got to show a little bit more love. And 9th house, you got to show a little bit more love to your education and what you have learned and your wisdom, or you're going to manifest a situation or an experience that play out as an event of you being seen as a fool or having lacking of morality. All right, now 10th house, you got to show a little bit more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising to what you're known for, how you're seen, your status, your career, your business, what you want to be known for. These things need a little bit more love, appreciation, value, and relatability, and compromising with these things. And then 11th house, Gemini in 11th house, you got to show a little bit more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising to your associates, your associations, how you conduct yourself in a public arena, or your public persona, that you have to build the character from the opposite house, the 5th house, and then once you bring it to the public to see if it's sufficient enough, or if you're not too egotistical or competitive enough, that's when you place it in the 7th house and it becomes your public persona, or the things that you receive as far as your public gains, or how you deal with the unknown, unfamiliar, or your unique self, or your associations and how you conduct yourself amongst associates. And for the most part, you have to show a little bit more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising in that area of life. So keep that in mind also. Now, getting into 12th house. If you got Gemini in the 12th house, you got to show a little bit more love, appreciation, value, relatability, and compromising to your dreams, imagination, fantasies, your faith-based scenarios, the things that you imagine, the things you put faith belief in. You know, you have to put a little bit more love, appreciation. You might not be valuing these things enough, so they're not playing out as fruitful in your life, and you're being distracted by other things. So you have to cater a little bit more love. Even if you're catering to a delusion, you have to love and appreciate it and value it enough so you can feel enough courage to express it, to realize it's actually a delusion. So you can get even tough love via person, place, or thing that God presents to you in your life in order to redirect that goal, so you can start to compromise with the right areas that's dealing with your 12th house. Love, appreciation, grandma. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart.